My wife drained every bank account we had, looked me straight in the eyes, and said, "You were never enough." Then she slammed the door and walked out. But just 1 hour later, she was begging me to save the same money she took. Story first part. I still remember the sound of that door slamming. It echoed through the entire house, like the final chapter of a life I thought was stable and full of love. For a few seconds after she left, I just sat there on the couch, staring at the empty hallway, trying to understand what had just happened. Only moments earlier, she had been standing right in front of me with a suitcase in her hand. Her face looked cold and distant, almost like I was a stranger instead of the man she had spent years with. I kept waiting for her to say something that would explain everything, something that would make this moment feel less unreal. But instead, she looked directly into my eyes and said words that cut deeper than anything I had ever heard in my life. "You were never enough." Those 4 words felt heavier than the silence that followed them. Before I could even react, she calmly told me that she had already transferred every dollar from our bank accounts. The savings we had built over years of hard work, the money meant for our future, all of it was gone. In that moment, it felt like the ground beneath me had disappeared. I wasn't just losing money. I was losing the trust, the memories, and the future I thought we were building together. I watched her walk toward the door with the same calm expression on her face. She didn't hesitate. She didn't look back. And then she slammed the door behind her. The house suddenly felt bigger, quieter, and completely empty. I sat there for a long time, replaying everything in my mind. I kept asking myself the same question over and over again. How can someone you love so deeply walk away like you meant nothing? But exactly 1 hour later, something happened that I never expected. My phone started ringing, and when I looked at the screen, it was her. For a moment, I just stared at the phone as it kept ringing. The same person who had walked out of my life an hour ago was now calling me. My mind was full of questions. Why would she call me after what she had just done? I finally answered. The voice on the other end didn't sound like the confident woman who had slammed the door earlier. This time, she sounded different, scared, nervous, and almost desperate. I could hear her breathing heavily, like something had gone terribly wrong. She started talking quickly, almost tripping over her own words. She told me that after leaving the house, she tried to move the money somewhere else, thinking she was finally free to start a new life. But instead, something unexpected happened. A mistake, a transfer problem, a frozen account. Suddenly, the money she thought she had control over was slipping away, and she didn't know how to stop it. The same money she had taken from me was now in danger of disappearing completely. And that's when she realized something she hadn't thought about before. I was the one who had always handled the finances. I was the one who understood how everything worked. And now, the only person who could possibly help her fix the situation was me. Final paragraph. As I listened to her crying on the phone, I felt a strange mix of emotions inside me. Just an hour earlier, she had looked at me like I was nothing, like I was someone who had never mattered. Yet now her voice was filled with fear and regret. She kept begging me to help her figure out what to do. She said she didn't know how things had gone so wrong so quickly. The confidence she had when she walked out the door had completely disappeared. For a long moment, I didn't say anything. I simply held the phone and remembered the last thing she had said before leaving. "You were never enough." Funny how quickly life can turn things around. The same person who believed I wasn't enough was now depending on me to save everything. And in that moment, I realized something that took me years to understand. Sometimes people walk away thinking they've taken everything from you, but life has a strange way of reminding them who truly held everything together in the first place.